It is time, Christian. 2023, dude, it's here already.
That extra flavor in your cup is kicking
You
in,
like
bro.
that, dude? A little mug right here, just getting a boost for the day.
Chase, you got to warn us if you're going to start out that loud.
Oh, did I just blow your eardrums out? Sorry about that. Well, look, welcome everybody to the 2023 RMFantasy SXperts show. You are live right now with myself, and we've got Christian here in the booth.
That's right.
Now, I know you people have been talking about Christian. We're going to get to that here, but look, first show of the year, a lot going on. Ooh, my volume on my computer is on. I'm getting reverb here. Let me just crack that down.
You got to smooth it out, dude.
Hey, you always forget about a few things each show. Look at that. We want to thank you, everybody who is joining us live right now for this show. Remember, subscribe to the Rocky Mountain YouTube channel because we come to everybody live every Monday. It's a recap show.
Yep.
And then we do Thursdays. And
help with picks. Yep.
Yeah, we're doing stats. And so if you joined us last year, you know all about it. But if you're new to it, welcome. And thank you for joining us right now in the live chat. We got a lot of people in there already.
He says, warn people when you're going to bust that stash out. Who
said that? Hey, you guys like it? Should we do a poll on that? Yes or no?
Logan Riley, dude.
Well, hey, big Aaron Plessinger is calling in later. Maybe it's just kind of like a...
Who better to start it off
Exactly. With? Well, look, Moto Mama, Jay Sand, Taylor, everybody's back already.
They're saying you rock the stash for AP.
Oh, wow.
Matching up. I like it.
All right. Well, look, everybody, thank you so much for joining us. Hey, also, we're going to be giving away 20 tickets to San Diego Supercross Round 3, but that's going to be later on in the show, so stick around. Do not miss out on that. But, Christian, tell these people why they need to be playing RMFantasy SX, because little do many people know,
where do I
you're
start?
kind of the founding father of this whole deal, and that's going to lead us into this. So
I was just a guy who liked sports and liked Supercross.
Yeah.
And said we need a fantasy for this. So
okay,
here we are about, 10 years later. The prizes are bigger than ever this year.
Yep.
KTM coming back strong, taking the podium.
Yeah, we got
KTM podium this year.
We upped the game. Grand prizes. We got them.
Yep, I'm stoked on KTM. They're bringing us a new 450 SXF, a 250 SX, the new prize, a KTM SX E5 for your little ones. Learn how to rip on that thing. Huge. Stasic up in the game. I mean, you can get up to a 20-inch Stasic for your kids. Rocky Mountain Spending Spree, always huge. Alpine Stars coming back like always. Motion Pro Tools, the person who wins that always screams on the phone like you did when we started.
All right.
Fly Racing, 8th place, always holding it down. 9th, get yourself some Oakley goggles and sunglasses. And then 10th, the new Supercross game for Milestone, console and TV. So
yes,
you can tear that up with your boys.
And looks, folks, that is just the grand prize at the end of the year, but we give away 10 weekly prizes each and every round.
Yep.
Plus 90 Rocky Mountain ATVMC gift cards.
100 chances
so
to win
100
every
chances
round. You ain't gonna
every
get that
round.
nowhere else.
And here's the best part. If you guys haven't signed up already, if this is your first time watching, whatever, go to RMFantasySX.com. You create your account. It's free. I've done a video that shows you how to play if you need the instructions. But
simple and easy.
You sign up. It's free to play. And then you can join groups. If your friends want to create a group, you can have it password locked so only you and your buddies and your family members can play. You can have it open to the public so you get your own little private groups betting. Mm-hmm. And then after that, all you got to do is just make your top 5 picks for each round. You got to remake them every round. And then you pick a wild card, which we'll talk about. And that's why we come to you each and every Thursday is we give you stats on riders. So even if you've never really followed the sport that much, but you're going to start watching the races and you want to be, because trust me, nothing will get you screaming more than when you have fantasy on the line.
Oh, yeah. Big time. It's the best way to watch Supercross. I mean,
it is.
I know so many people that weren't really into Supercross, never watched Supercross. You talk them into signing up, watching one race. They're watching their picks. They're making their picks. Looking into riders, the wild card mixes it up with, the mid-pack, backpack type of guys. You start learning about all the riders, and next thing you know, you're a diehard Supercross
fan. Look at that. We already have a poll. Hot or not for Chase's stash?
I'm going to say that needs to be recounted.
Like, it's bad.
Voter fraud or something. You got a bigger family than... Come on now.
All right. Well, hey, also, too, don't forget you can add the whole Supercross schedule to the calendar that you want to by just a click of a button on the site.
Best thing you can do.
That way, because there's a lot of people every year they do it, Saturday night rolls around and you forget to make your picks because maybe you thought you had them in already, whatever. So don't forget to get your picks in. Now,
once it shifts east or whatever, west, times are changing.
Yeah.
I just want everybody to know we don't market to you through that. We don't bug you. You get one notification, 30 minutes for picks locked down. It's saved a lot of people, probably a lot of seasons too. So make sure you add that.
Okay. Oh my gosh. Beta 2-stroke. Here you go. Same dirt. I've kept it for a year.
Didn't you taste it like Joseph Allen?
No, this dirt's pretty rocky.
No,
that'd be pretty bad.
Just do it, dude.
But hey, look, also, so follow us on Instagram. Again, subscribe to the Rocky Mountain YouTube channel, on Twitter. We're going to be posting all that stuff all throughout the season. So with that being said, the Discord.
The Discord's always popping.
These people know we're going to be having memes going on the whole season, which is probably our favorite part.
I've got some built up. Only one was appropriate to use. But.
Yeah, so join us on the Discord. The link to that's in the description because we're going to be doing giveaways and contests all throughout the year, and a lot of the times it's meme contests. But what's cool about the Discord, it's a whole platform. You can have private conversations. You can have group chats in there. Dr. JB, he's going to be back helping us out with stats this year, so big thank you to him.
The whole community's in there talking about picks, helping each other, and then just discussing when the race is going on. It's a good time.
It's going to be a blast. That's right. Well, look, with that being said, a lot of people have been asking because in the How to Play video, I said myself and my co-host Kobe and whatnot. So here's the deal, folks.
I'm not identifying as anyone else. I didn't change my name.
Christian Martinez is the OG of fantasy. We are here because he had this awesome plan and idea of doing a fantasy league years and years ago, and he had to pitch it to the owner of Rocky Mountain. Took a lot of work to get it. So fantasy is what it is, and mostly in part due to this man right here.
I don't know about all that.
That being said, Christian is still going to be involved with fantasy, but you're going to just be more behind the scenes.
Yep.
Explain to the people what's going on.
I mean, I've worked at Rocky Mountain in 20 years, and I got a lot of stuff on my plate as a day job, and even though I love fantasy, I love this. I love doing this, talking to you guys, but I'm going to end up taking, kind of more of an admin type role in the back and stuff like that, and we're going to have a new guy in that I couldn't pick anyone better. I mean, the guy's got a Team Fried tattoo, so debatable. Maybe not. I don't know. Fastest guy at Rocky Mountain. So Kobe will be taking over for me this season and from now on. But when you guys need a break or whatever, you can call the old bowl in.
Christian will be filling in for some of the shows that Kobe won't be able to be here for. So you're still going to see Christian around. So
I'll be around.
Don't freak out, everybody. But Christian, I just want to give a big thank you. Like I said, what is this, like 6 years now we've been doing the show?
Oh, easily, yeah.
So, I've loved every second of it. You're the stat man, which we'll never be able to replace your conspiracy theories. And you guys
only conspiracy till they're proved true.
That's true. And you people don't get to see behind the scenes of what we talk about and everything with Christian, but I'm going to tell you right now, it is nothing but good times, nothing but laughs. I'll never forget the season where you and I did competitions and bets every single round. You with the painted sideburns, me eating the habanero hole and all that stuff. So
I'll never forget the first season when I was like Talladega Nights, having a hard time. Like they said, I'm glad to get rid of you, but no, I wouldn't have made it without you. Chase does an awesome job. Helped me a lot because this is not my thing. I'm not social. I'm not outgoing.
Look at that. Cade Wright said, your goatee compliments my stash. I literally said that before we started filming.
That was a nice one. But anyways, yep. Yeah. I just want to tell everybody thank you. I've had fun through the years. I'll be back. And make sure to be nice to these riders, man, while I'm gone. I don't want to hear no hate towards any riders. We got the best group of dudes as a collective in any sport. Okay. So I don't want to hear no hate on any riders here while I'm gone. I will come back.
And Christian, we're going to rely on you to be in the live chat during the show, just so you know.
Yeah, Christian will still be in the live chat during the shows.
I'll be in there.
He'll be in the Discord. He'll be sending in memes like they're hot. So
I'll be making memes, trying to run a little bit of the background on the social medias and whatnot. But until then, Kobe's going to take over the headset. And good luck, everybody, on your season. You can still reach to me if you put something in there. I'll get back to you.
All right, everybody. Thank this man, Christian Martinez. And with that, out goes the old and in comes the new.
Thank you,
literally.
Christian. Hello, everybody.
Everyone say hello to Kobe Knight.
I don't think I need this coffee. My heart's already pounding.
Is it? Yeah, if it was my first show, it'd be.
Speaking of Talladega Nights, see you, Christian.
Well, let me introduce Kobe Knight here. So Kobe's actually been working at Rocky Mountain for several years now. He's one of our video editors, and he's actually, if you guys remember, he was one of the guys behind the camera for these shows. So you probably heard his voice before.
Been in a couple videos. 24 Hours of Glen Helen. Chase and I raced together.
Oh, we did.
Have you seen that? That was a blast.
So Kobe, tell the folks about it.
Well, yeah, like you said, video editor. You might recognize my voice. Jay Pro and I have been the producers. We've got some new guys. You'll hear their voices as well. They're in here right now, Nick and Levi. They'll do a great job. But, yeah, I'm incredibly excited. I've ridden and raced my entire life. Love Supercross. So this is – if you told me this when I was 7 or 8 that I'd be on some Supercross show, holy cow.
He's loving it.
Love it. So
he is loving it.
Very excited.
Comment, too, if you're going to be at A1, because I'll be there all day long. Kobe's going to be there, but more just kind of on his own thing and hanging out. I'll be there. There's going to be a big display at A1 that they're going to have for fantasy that Feld is putting up. So I'll be hanging out by that for a lot of the day. So please come say hi. If you do plan to be at A1. So I would love to meet and talk to everybody that's out there. Also, don't forget, too, something I forgot, Kobe, we've got some groups. There's the RMFantasy SXperts group on the fantasy page. Again, you can join that group. You can see where you stack up to Kobe and I as we go throughout the season.
RMFantasy SXperts, no spaces.
No spaces. Very easy to find. All right, that being said, man.
Rolling. We got AP, like you mentioned earlier.
Yeah, he's calling in about 10 minutes here. So if you guys have questions for AP, we would love to hear those. So put those in the comment section as well.
Do it for Dale. Woo!
Oh, my gosh. I seriously still can't believe that we're already here. Dude. All right, well, look, let's just get right into it here. Let's start with the stats. Let's just do a quick little recap of the 2022 season. We have our top 10 finishers overall for the year. Tomac just bringing the heat.
Every time.
Okay, so it was Tomac who took the win for his second title. Anderson won the same amount of races as Tomac, but just had some fluky races. Malcolm Stewart, props to that, man.
Some digging over there.
Yeah, I got them all prepared right here. Malcolm Stewart came in third, and then you had Marv Muscan coming in your fourth place, which I think surprised a lot of people. And then fifth place in the series was no other than Justin Bam Bam Barcia.
Yes, sir.
Isn't it kind of crazy that Sexton didn't finish top 5 in Supercross?
That is crazy.
But then was the only rider who had anything for Tomac in outdoors?
Incredible.
Well, yeah, so Sexton was 6th, Webb was 7th. Brandon Hartraff, shout out to that man. Wishing that guy a quick, speedy recovery. He was 8th. Justin Brayton, who's not racing Supercross this year, was 9th. And then Dean Wilson was 10th. And then, Dean Wildcard is 10th this week, which we're going to talk about Wilson here in just a little bit as well.
How about some A1 stats? I mean, K-Rock came out swinging at the beginning of last year.
Yeah, dude, it's gnarly. So, okay, you want to jump into that? You want to talk about team changes real quick?
We better talk about team changes.
Okay, well, everybody really knows. So you got Ken Roczen, who's on a Suzuki now. Kind of odd, but we haven't seen this, color on Kenny since 2016. Colt Nichols is now on HRC Honda. Christian Craig is riding for Rockstar Energy Husqvarna. Josh and Justin Hill are going to be on Team Tender on KTMs together. Dean Wilson's to Firepower Honda. And Savachi, I finally just heard yesterday on an interview that he is full privateer Kawasaki. Just waiting for that fill-in ride.
Okay.
Out of that van.
Respect. Glad he's racing. We could still see him up there, top 10. That wouldn't surprise me.
He could be a mix for the top 10. He only did a couple rounds last year, but I wouldn't be surprised to see him in your top 10. He's an incredible starter, always has been.
Thank you for the welcomes, everybody. You guys this is great. No, I'm happy to be here. But yeah, you guys are
Someone said mic check. Is your mic too far from your mouth?
Need to get this closer.
There we go.
Not only do I need a mic closer, needs a mustache. Kobe needs a mustache.
He's had one. I've seen him grow.
We don't need that.
There's some.
I'll tell you that right now.
It's Kobe, like Kobe.
Oh yeah, no L, by the way.
Yeah,
that's been the running joke my entire life. My middle name should have been Noel.
Kobee. Kobe Bryant.
But thank you, everyone. This is great.
All right, so we'll talk about injuries too as we go through them. But let's talk about the track real quick. We got some weather rolling in, but it's raining all day today.
They did their prep. They knew it was coming. So the track's been covered. We should be okay.
I wouldn't worry about mud or anything because the track's been covered. They've had it done, I think, since Tuesday. So looking at the track, though, it's going to be kind of interesting. Split start.
That's a big deal.
Those.
I love it.
So it's got to be, I don't know. What? I've never done a split start.
I've never done a split start either, but I just have to imagine that relieves some pressure, having somebody next to you.
If you're inside or outside the
doghouse,
right?
Exactly.
Okay. So split start, I like this track. I think it's got a couple really long rhythm lanes on there. You've got plenty of 180 bowl turns on here. Now, the whoop section is one thing I will talk about, though, because you notice how you go over the finish line, and the whoop section is right after a right-hand turn. I don't feel like it's going to necessarily favor the faster whoop riders because you can only get so much speed out of a turn before you enter a whoop section.
We're going to see some carnage. I can already picture
probably,
LCQ. If
or
they're
maybe
big
they
enough,
become
which
jumpers.
They'll be big. Yeah, jumpers. They're going to be slow whoops.
That's a whoop section that where like it's hard to stay on top of them and get through the whole section.
Yep.
If it was a section where riders could be coming in third gear with a lot of entry speed, then like Craig and Malcolm and those guys, Roczen, that are better in the whoops and might favor them. So I don't know.
It's a good-looking track.
Who do you think will get the split start hole shot? We've got a poll up right now. What do you guys think?
Ooh, I think that the split start favors guys like Tomac who usually struggle with it.
Well, I don't know because last year Tomac just kind of like turned the whole thing around and became a pretty good starter.
Yeah.
Like normally, like if you even go back even to 2021, you'd always expect Tomac to start, like you would hope he'd get a top 10 start.
Yeah, a top 10.
But then last year it seemed like he was just kind of up there doing his thing, and that's how you win titles.
So I think it'll only benefit somebody like Tomac.
I mean, I got to be honest, though. I hope it's either Craig or Roczen that just rip a whole start. Yeah, or a whole shot. I think that's just going to get people fired up. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Either of them. Yeah, let us know.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, we'll see. But
right
anyway.
now it's Sexton and Roczen. So
hey, I have Sexton to win, and we're going to talk more about that here in just a little bit.
I want to hear where people have K-Rock.
Yeah,
where are you guys putting Roczen? Is he forgotten about, or
put the K, Moto Mama?
Yeah.
Kobe with the K.
Yes.
I don't know with K-Rock if he. I mean, look. Everyone says that bike, like technologically, it's not as advanced, and yes, it is behind, but. Other than having a Kickstarter and the added weight, I don't feel like there's anything that they can't do to that bike that the other factory teams can do.
At that level, yeah.
At this level,
what he wants.
I'm pretty. Yeah, they can lighten the bike up.
Even lightening the bike up. There's been a lot of people with a good point that more weight isn't necessarily a bad thing.
Kiefer talked about that.
I was like, absolutely, I totally agree with that. So.
And so I don't feel like like Kenny on the Suzuki that. They're not going to be able to get him happy on that motorcycle because it's still the same chassis from 2018, other than not having a Kickstarter. But hey, watch Kenny have a tip over and get past because he can't fire the bike up with a Kickstarter.
Very well
I don't
could
know.
happen, but it could be a good thing. He's done well on essentially this bike or close to it in the past. He's done incredible. So,
oh my gosh. Well, look, okay, we just talked about rocks. We're gonna get more into that, but first. We've got a caller on the phone. We've got a caller on the line. Folks, we're going to get there.
Give us a second.
AP is going to be on in just a moment here. So
in the waiting
we'll
room.
let you know. Yeah, if you have questions for AP, please leave them in the comment section down below because we are excited to talk to this guy. So with Kenny, like I said, I just don't think the bike, he's in a good position because people have already talked about this where like pressure-wise, it's a win-win. If he doesn't come out and do well, he'd say, I'm not on factory equipment. Mm-hmm. But if he comes out and wins or gets a podium, he would say, I proved everyone wrong. I told you so. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But you also can't forget that 2016, he absolutely dominated on that bike and outdoors. All right. Well, with that being said, let's just take a second right now to introduce this next guy that is calling in right now. And I want to say a huge thank you to this man because Aaron Plessinger, the most interesting man on two wheels. Hey, can I just start this by showing you this mustache that I have right now?
Am I missing out or what?
You like that? Hey, if you had to choose the mustache or the mullet, which one would you go with?
Ooh, that is a tough one. I'm gonna say mullet because it gives you more girth, man. It just is. I don't know. It just something about the mullet that people love. But
it could have its own Instagram page.
Dude, honestly,
with the helmet
all
on,
I need
the
is a
mullet's
little
showing.
bit.
Yeah,
dude, it has definitely been flowing. I've yet to cut it for a long time, so it's going pretty good.
Well, hey man, thank you so much for calling in and taking the time to do this. I know it's probably dumping rain where you're at right now.
Oh yeah, dude. I'm crossing my fingers to keep the weather like this.
Oh, so you want them to like take the tarps off the track right now?
Oh, dude, I have heckled them for so long just to keep it muddy. I say keep the rain coming. Let it be mud.
Well, I hate to burst your bubble, but it looks like sunshine tomorrow and then no rain on Saturday. So from a fan's viewpoint, I'm okay with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all right with it. I think I could be wrong, but I think it'll be a lot like I think it was like 2017 when the track like really, really deteriorated.
It's gonna be soft, like there's no doubt, right?
Yeah. So I've been practicing my rut game. So let's do it, boys.
Well, hey man, do we get to see the Red Bull Straight Rhythm gear for Supercross this year? Have you been telling Thor you need to have that for at least one round?
I'm in talks with them. I've yet to make any progress, but we'll be seeing some cool stuff throughout the season for sure.
All right. Well, look, man, let's talk racing here. Okay. You had a busy off season, your full second year at the Baker's factory, and then you've got Coop back for this whole boot camp, what you guys call it. So a question is, I know last year you, the team, everybody was still, searching for that setting that everybody could just really let go with the bike. So did you even have much of an off season, or was it like a week or two off and then you guys were like, we have got to get this going and get this testing underway?
Yeah. I mean, I did have an off season. The team actually ended up going to work after outdoors, and they actually did a lot of testing and a lot of R&D for Supercross after the outdoor season. So they found a lot of stuff, a lot of really good stuff, which, props to them for going back out after a full season outdoors and Supercross to get it right for us. And overall, the bike is feeling really good right now. It's not always going to be perfect. I definitely am going to have to do my best to make the best situation for myself. But in a big scheme of things, the bike is definitely in a better place than what it was starting out last year. And I think the boys in orange are going to do some damage.
I like it. Now, you've actually said yourself that you're not the greatest tester. So do you rely a little bit more on other guys like Webb and Marv and some of these guys to help you find that setting? Or have you kind of learned, as you've been doing this routine, what you like and what you're looking for in the feel of the bike?
Yeah, I think I've learned a lot more. I think I need to kind of credit myself a little bit better on the testing side, because usually it's me going out testing, kind of getting lost, and then coming back and being like, what are we doing? But now this year I've been able to kind of hone in and pick apart the bike a little bit more. The guys have been able to test some parts, and I've been able to throw some on and be good, but overall setup of the bike, I'm a lot different. I like, back end sagged out and like a chopper style bike. So, some parts of the bike they have helped me on, teammates, but overall it's kind of been me just grinding it out and trying to pick my brain on what I like.
Yeah, at this point in your career though, like a rider at your status, in your day-to-day, what are you more focused on, bike settings, or is there times when it's technique that you're working on, or is it all week just settings?
It's more so this year. I feel like I've been able to kind of, focus more on myself, my riding style and stuff. I've been trying to get better at, just little things. And I feel like that has helped me with the bike a little bit. I haven't really been like day-to-day focused on what the bike's doing. I've been more focused on what I'm doing, focusing on myself, and just kind of, if I mess up a section, and I just go back and try to figure out what I did wrong, not what the bike has done wrong. So more so this year than last year, I'm more focused on myself and not so much the bike.
Yeah. Was there any one thing technique-wise that you felt like was a weak point for you that you tried to work on, or you just, is that, I guess, when you're out there riding, doing your motos in general, is it all in? Do you have somebody who's always watching you, just looking at technique, trying to critique you in that? Or is it just kind of you knowing what you're capable of and you can tell when you're making those mistakes and you try and correct it yourself?
Last year we didn't really have that. Obviously Alden will pick out some places on the track if he sees like Malcolm or Christian or whoever doing something that I'm not doing, or if he sees me like hanging off the back of the bike or doing something weird, he'll point it out and be like, hey, you need to clean this section up, or you need to do this in this section. But this year we do have Seth Rarick on the team, where he is filming us, watching pretty much our every move and just being proactive with the camera. And that has really helped me a lot, as far as looking at the other guys and myself and just seeing what I need to do. But last year, yeah, we really didn't have that. So that's a big help. And I've been able to see what the other guys are doing and what I'm doing. And really most days I'm not far off. It's just like, I'll make a little mistake and I'll overthink it. And I just get in my head. And then in the motos, I'm like, crap, I need to do that. Crap, I need to do this. And where I need to focus on more of, I guess, focusing forward instead of, oh crap, that hurt me. I don't need to do that again. And then I'm really focused on that. And then, which makes me mess up even more throughout the motos. So, yeah, I guess.
No, I can relate. Like, I did a lot of racing this summer because I announced for a local series, so I was doing gate drops probably 5, 6 every month. And if I were to mess up a turn on the track, it's like I couldn't stop thinking about that turn the rest of the lap, because I was like, it would stress me out that I was going to come make the same mistake or something like that. So I get what you're talking about.
Yeah, for sure. And Alden was big this year on me focusing forward. Like, if I made a mistake, forget about it, move forward, race forward, and don't look back.
Okay. So this is your second year with Red Bull. Did you do initially a 2-year deal with Red Bull, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, even if you are in talks with the team about anything, you're not going to be able to say, but so just out of curiosity, last year for you, Webb, the whole team, obviously things didn't go as everybody wanted to, but going into this season, is there more pressure on you? Are you feeling more pressure knowing that, okay, this is the second year on the bike, we've got to have the bike good, and now it's like, last year you're filling out the bike, it's your first team, year on the team, so managing expectations from last year to this year, is there more pressure going into the 23 season to be like, all right, like, I'm on the bike, we've got it good, this is my second year, like, so is that pressure that you feel? Does the team put any pressure on you in that sense, or is it more just what you're putting on yourself?
I don't feel like there's really any more pressure. I've been in this situation before, and obviously in 2021, I did really good and was able to land this gig. And I feel like I work better under pressure. Not saying there is any added pressure, but I don't know. I feel better just focusing on myself and what I need to do. And if I do that, then I don't know. I feel like if I just focus on myself this year and ride like I know how to ride and do what I need to do, I'll be in championship contention, and then I won't have to worry about anything. So if I really focus on the pressure and, oh shoot, I need to do good, I really need to do good this year, I'll be more focused on that than what I need to do, which is ride like I know how to ride and get starts and do the whole series. So I feel like if I just do what I know how to do, I'll land something.
Right on. Hey, what about Craig? I mean, you've been riding with the guy. Is he going to shock a lot of people, you think, come Anaheim 1?
I think he's going to do good. He's been riding good. Coop's been riding good. I mean, we've all been riding good at the factory. Obviously, when racing comes, that could be different, but I really think he's going to turn some heads at A1. I really think we're all gonna come out and do really good. We've all been pushing each other so hard. It's been such a gnarly off season with all 4 450s, and then RJ and Jalik and Max. It's been and Tom Vial. So we have been putting in the work, and now it's go time. Now it's time to show everybody what we've been working on.
Awesome, man. We'd like to hear that. Kobe, what do you got for me? You got any other questions?
How about a favorite or a round that you're most excited about? Besides, obviously, there's the hype with A1, but I know you like those speedway tracks. You got to be a fan of those. What are you most pumped for?
Yeah, man. I am honestly most pumped for Atlanta and Daytona. Atlanta won because a lot of my friends are down there. They come every year. I'm excited for Indy. That's only 2 hours away from my hometown. A lot of friends, a lot of family come there. And Daytona just because it's Daytona. And,
Absolutely.
Yeah,
There's not a more fitting rider to win Daytona than Aaron Plessinger.
Definitely not.
Let's go, baby. I'm ready for it, dude.
All right. Well, hey, Aaron, we know you're a busy man. You got a lot going on, so we just got one more question for you.
Let's hear it.
If you're on an island all by yourself, and this is survival, you got to survive. You don't have the necessities. Coop, Malcolm, or Craig, which one, or Marv, which one are you going to pick to get on that island with you?
Man.
I mean, they got to have good music taste. They got to know how to fish, survive.
They got to provide. Exactly.
Yeah, they got to provide. Like, who are you taking with you?
You said one thing right there.
Music? Was it music?
And that is, whoa.
Oh, no.
That is fish.
Oh, okay.
And you know who likes to fish. It is Malcolm Stewart, and I think I would take him because my dude is on the boat. If he had his own way, he would come straight from the boat to riding, straight back to the boat, and live on that boat. So I think out of all those guys, I think I would take Malcolm just because he knows how to fish, and I mean,
okay.
I don't know. I mean, we could figure out how to cook the fish. Because I don't know.
Hey, you can eat fish raw if you need to.
Yep.
Let's go. Sushi, baby.
Good answer.
Oh, my gosh. Well, hey, man, we appreciate you taking the time to do this. You're a fan favorite. So, I reach out to the writers every year for the fans that are watching live right now, and AP is always the one that texts me right back and you can just tell he is pumped to come on the show, and we appreciate it. But fantasy's become a big deal, over 100,000 players. So trust me, you are in a ton of people's picks each and every week. We are rooting for you. And last thing I want to say, too, is your wife, Kendall, she stays behind the scenes pretty good. And I think we got to give a shout out to all moto moms because your guys' schedule is absolutely insane. When you've got multiple kids that she's taking care of while you're going to the motos, like, I could not imagine how difficult that is. So just having a wife with one baby, one due in February, I just got to say, if Kendall's around, tell her I give her mad props for what she's able to do.
All righty, I appreciate it. Yeah, they work their butts off while we get to ride dirt bikes. So yeah, big props to them. And yeah, she works hard behind the scenes, but it is definitely not easy. So big shout out to the moto moms for sure.
All right, Aaron. Well, hey, again, thank you so much for calling in. We appreciate it. We're going to be down at A1, so I will make sure to come over and say hello. And as always, if we get some good memes, I'm going to be sending them your way.
Let's go, baby. I appreciate you guys having me on the show. Always good talking to you guys. And, yeah, let's make it a good season, boys.
Sweet. Good
All right,
luck,
man. Best of luck this weekend.
All right. Thanks, boys.
Okay, we'll see ya.
See ya.
See ya.
In honor of Christian Martinez, what a good guy.
What a great guy. Love that guy. He's always a great guy.
All right. Let's get into it, man. Holy smokes. Just so you guys know, too, our AC is not working in the studio right now, so it's off behind the scenes.
We got plenty to work through still. We got some stats to go
AP.
through.
Gosh, could you imagine, dude? He just rips a start and he's up front. I will be so pumped. All right, well, look, let's get into it. We talked about the track already.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about some starters here because this is going to be a big factor for people making those picks going into Anaheim 1 because we're going to take all the stats and averages that we had from the 22 season and use those plus just some, some archived A1 stats to help because A1's not your typical race. Guys, if they're on a new bike or trying to figure that out, there's a lot of jitters. Some guys know that's like, hey, you don't have to win Anaheim 1 to win the series, but you can lose it at A1.
And we just truly don't know. Everybody looks fast right now. And until qualifying, we're not going to actually know anything. So,
all right. Okay. Well, that being said, best starters in the game. So this is the average per gate drop in 2022. You had Jason Anderson with a 4, just over an average start of 4. Chase Sexton was in second with 4.45. Tomac a 4.7. So those guys are all within one spot of each other off the
almost
start.
the top 3.
When was the last time Tomac was in the top 3 in that starting average? Not very often.
It has to be a first, right?
Yeah. Marv was actually 4th, which Marv surprised me a lot of these stats. He was better last year than I think people think, and he was the only Red Bull KTM rider to get a win. Okay, so Marv was 5th, Stewart with a 5.9, Webb a 6, Barcia a 6, and Kenny Roczen a 7.9. But he had a few times where he was in the dirt coming around turn 1.
With all the hype, that could change. Like you were saying, A1 is special. So
yeah.
Riders, they'll act different. So.
Oh, man. What do you guys – I don't know. Who right now I'd like to see – comment below. What do you guys have to win right now? We'll probably do a poll on that later on, but I'm just kind of curious to see what people's thoughts are. But best finishers in the game, let's talk about this going off of last year's stats.
These two.
Yeah. What are they?
We got Tomac with a 2.73.
Okay.
Which was miles ahead of anybody. Anderson was coming in second in the top 10 best finishers with a 4.43. Then we got Barcia, 4.96. Stewart in 4th with a 5.13. Sexton, 5.23. Webb with a 5.8. So all those Stewart, Sexton, Webb are all in that about top 5. Muscan, 6.17. And then a big jump with Ferrandis, 8.79, and Roczen with a 9.08.
Okay. So, I mean, gosh, man. Tomac, 2.73.
That's crazy.
All right. Well, look, top contenders. Let's just talk about stats right here now for individual riders. And Dylan on here says, I didn't ask this question. Sorry, man. I was trying to look at the comments while we were talking AP, but if you asked a question, I didn't see it. I apologize for that. All right. Top contenders. Let's talk about this man right here. Ken Roczen. Who's got, what was that meme you saw with the people, person with the Roczen shirt?
Fans?
Yeah, I know all those Suzuki fans are going to be having a shirt underneath.
Assuming he does well.
Yeah.
They'll be prepared.
I don't know. I would just like to see who's going to take the leap and put Ken Roczen to win Anaheim 1 again, because he's done it several times. Roczen has won A1 4 times. 2014, 2015, 2017, and 2022. Just won it last year.
I would be lying if I haven't been contemplating it heavily. I mean, mentality is huge.
Yeah.
And I just think he's fresh right now. He feels good. He's got a chip on his shoulder, a little bit. And I just think, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I definitely won't be surprised if he's in the top 5, but a podium even, maybe the win.
It could be good.
I think it could happen.
Well, only him and Barcia have won A1 more than once. And he's the only rider to win Anaheim 1 on a completely new manufacturer since way back in the day. I think when Villopoto did it back in 2012 or something like that. There's been very few riders that have got on a new bike and then come out and won it. So Webb did it. So he's one of the few riders that have done it. So Webb did it. I know Villopoto did it, but it's just not very common where it's they switch brands. Tomac, that they come out and just have a really, really good season. So it's happening more and more.
You're talking A1 specifically.
Or A1, sorry. Yeah. Not
season. Obviously,
the
Tomac,
season, yes. But for riders to come out on an all new bike and win A1,
yep.
I don't know if anyone's done it other than Roczen. When he switched to...
who thinks that's going to change, though?
I don't know. But his average start since 2016. So we got a poll right now going, who is your pick for the top spot? So who do you don't spoil it yet. We'll talk more about it here in a little bit. And then his average start since 2016 is 7 with 2 hole shots at A1. So he's got 2 hole shots, but the fact that he's won it 4 times, that's really hard to ignore.
We got hole shots in there, the whole thing.
And
was that you typing that up, bud?
Did I type it wrong? Oops.
The whole entire shot.
Hey,
anyway,
somebody had to
do it.
Type that on there. I spelled it wrong the first time. Somebody had to type that in on the screen. All right, anyway, average finish at A1 since 2014 is 2.4. But here's the weird thing.
Man.
Yeah.
That is solid.
But here's the thing. After winning A1, he only had 1 top 5 in his next 8 races last year.
But that could be for so many other reasons.
Yeah, I don't know.
That whole average finish at A1 since 14 is 2.4.
But here's the deal, though. Some riders just they show up to round one and they know how to get the job done. And Ken Roczen is one of those. And then let's talk about this next rider who did it 3 times in a freaking row is Justin Barcia.
Is he going to start another streak?
I don't know, man. He won 2019, 2020, 2021.
We're good streaking!
His average finish there is 4.2 since 2015. He's only had the 7th best starting average last year. He's on that new generation chassis. So last year, Gas was still on the old model. But, he had 6 podiums last year and 11 top 5. So I think he's a really good spoiler pick or a good pick for, your top 5.
But that bottom stat, he only qualified 5th or better 4 times.
He's not a very...
loving the qualifier.
Well, like him and AP, they're just not that great at qualifiers. But really, but Barcia's a guy that, again, he comes out at A1, he comes out swinging. So there's just certain riders that show up and know how to get it done, and Barcia's been one of them. So I don't know how you wouldn't have Barcia in your top 5 if that's the case. Look at this. Robert says, predictions, Kenny gets the whole shot, hold it to the midpoint, Tomac comes by for the win. Okay. Interesting.
Lap by lap.
All right. Okay, is Barcia in your top 5? Who's got Barcia in their top 5 right now? Anyone?
I actually, pulling up fantasy.
Cody
Currently,
Wilkins?
I don't.
Cody
Currently,
Wilkins
I don't
has
have
Kenny
Barcia
for the win. You don't have Barcia
Nope,
in there?
I don't.
Oh, my gosh. If it's money, I'll put him in top 3, says Dylan. You talking about K-Rock? I don't know. All right. What about this man right here? What about... Where's...
Other green guy.
You've got it over there.
Yeah,
Other
sorry.
green guy. So Victoria's got Barcia top 5. Motomama doesn't.
Team Fried.
Andy's got him in there. Yeah. You guys don't know. Kobe, we talked about this last year. He has Team Fried tattooed on his leg. We'll have to get a screenshot of that
It's
for you
warm
guys.
enough. Yeah, we'll get some shorts on.
If it's warm enough.
We'll get a knee cam.
All right. Well, Jason Anderson, and let me pull this up. I sent this chart trying to see where he is at. But right now, if you guys are curious, Tomac, as of yesterday, is your number 1 picked rider to win. And then, I got to blow this up larger so I can see it better.
Where's your glasses?
I'm looking for it. Okay. Tomac was your number 1 pick to win. And then Jason Anderson was the 2nd most picked rider to win, ahead of Chase Sexton.
I mean, if you forget about outdoors and you're just looking at last year's Supercross season,
Oh, yeah.
why wouldn't it be? You know?
The thing is, for people that watched outdoors, it's going to be hard not to see what Sexton did.
But yes, Tomac and Sexton were all the talk during outdoors, but Jason was still there. They were just on another level in outdoors, but Jason was still there. He had a consistent 2022.
Yeah.
He had a really good season.
He won A1 back in 2016 on Husqvarna. His finishes at A1, so they were 10th last year, then 15th, 5th, 4th, 2, 4, 1, 2. Man, that's a lot of A1s. But he's got, freaking 1, 2, 3, 5 top 5s out of 8 attempts at Anaheim 1. So he's a guy that should be in your top 5 for sure. What do you think?
Oh,
and his starting
absolutely.
average was good.
At least in the top 5.
He's honestly, besides him, and Jason Anderson and Chase Sexton are the only 2 riders right now, in my opinion, and I'm kind of curious to hear what you say, that if Tomac starts ahead of them and if Tomac's feeling good, the bike's good, there's only those 2 riders that I feel can chase down a good, happy Eli Tomac.
And at least give him a run for his money.
Give him a run for his money?
I agree.
Okay.
I have to agree.
All right. Well, that being said, let's talk about, you've got it over
guy.
there, the man.
Holy.
The man right here.
Even with his offseason was even incredible.
Did he have an offseason?
Somewhat, just with the...
That guy has not stopped riding the dirt bike. I think he said he's taken 1 week off since January of last year when he started A1.
I wish I was as big as
But
him.
he had arguably the perfect season. He won the Supercross title in dominant fashion. Then he won the outdoor title, one of the best head-to-head titles we've seen with him and Sexton. Then he goes and he wins Motocross of Nations. Then he wins a World Supercross race.
That's pretty much everything.
Yeah,
Everything.
that man has made a lot of money this year is what he has done. We need to get him on the show this year. I'm going to work hard for that coming to A1. I'm going to go talk to that man. ET not going to win as much this year, says Kaz. I
beg to differ.
Hey, look.
It's almost like he has nothing to lose.
He's never been a real fast starter. Last year he was on, the Yamaha wasn't a new bike last year, but it was his first year on it. And it only took him 3 rounds before he had the red plate. And then after that, he never looked back. I'm telling you right now, if Eli Tomac gets this bike figured out by round 3, look out for everybody. I wouldn't expect him to come out swinging at A1 unless, he just has a bike set up that he is just.
But that's the one thing he needs to check off his list.
What's that? An
Is
A1.
Win A1.
I know. See, that's the only motivator for me. Logan says this year is different, though. The only thing that motivates me to put Tomac in first is just for the mere fact that he hasn't won it. And when you look at just dirt bikes in general, that's the only thing he doesn't have on his list is an Anaheim 1 win. Do you think that's on his mind?
Absolutely. Well, mentality, kind of like Roczen, I just think mentality has such a big influence on those, specifically those two, Roczen and Tomac. And if mentally, I don't want to say he has nothing to lose because he could race for a long time and he could make the money. He could. Yeah. So why throw it all away? But I think he'd be willing this year to take a little bit more risks because his first championship, there was that little.
Well, there's the asterisk, right?
There shouldn't have been, but there was the little asterisk on,
it's COVID.
On his
it's different.
His championship. He cleared that last year. And so now, really,
he cleared it and then some.
Yep, and then some, absolutely.
I agree with you. I think Tomac wants to win a third title. You go in the record books, how many guys have won 3 titles? I think once you get past Carmichael and Dunge, I don't think there is anybody that recently, Villapoto. But so he definitely goes into rarefied air if he wins that third title. But I don't feel like he's like, I need 3. He's like, dude, I've proven myself. If I'm going to try and win this title as best I can. But yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe A1 is like, let's do it. So,
but he is on a new bike, like you were mentioning, and it could take a minute. But yeah, we'll see.
You got suntan, baby.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, that being said, though, but then his stats. So here's something kind of interesting: is no rider has defended their title since Dungy did it back in 2017. I mean, not to put some bad juju out there, but. Isn't that crazy, though? Between Webb, him, and these other guys that have won titles, nobody's repeated.
Wild. That is wild. If there's somebody that's going to do it, it's him, though, right now.
I feel like it's got absolutely. So he's on the new bike, so we'll see how that goes. Last year at A1, I think he got 6th on that Yamaha. That was his first race on that bike, and he definitely said he had a few little kinks to work out. So that's the only thing about that I would make me doubtful to put Tomac in first is just he said it himself. You never know where you're at with the bike until you go race it for the first time.
Definitely.
But and his finishes at A1 honestly aren't that great. He's 6, 13, 7, 3rd, and then that DNF where he crashed out while leading.
Only led 7 laps at A1 total as well.
Yeah, and that was the year that he crashed out of the lead.
Yep.
But I'll tell you what, though, his starts were a big – I don't know if it's because of the cable clutch. But his starts went up massively last year.
Which I think can lead us to our next guy. If you want to play it safe, and we're talking about good starters, let's move on to the man who gave him a run for his money in outdoors.
Oh, my gosh. Is there any rider, I don't know, what do you guys think? Comment below. Hey, how did that poll go, Josh, with who we thought was going to win A1?
Yeah, so Tomac took the top spot, followed by Anderson, and then Sexton, and Other was in there as well in kind of 3rd place. So that's people, Ken Rocks and all the other people. So it's kind of predictable the way you guys were talking about earlier.
Sure.
All right. Well, look, is there a rider that has more confidence going into A1 than Chase Sexton? I mean, he didn't win the Supercross title last year, but Eli Tomac, when he's won his titles, has been kind of like. When he's won those outdoor titles, there hasn't been anybody in his realm, really, in those years.
Until now.
And so now Sexton's looking at Tomac thinking, dude, I beat you straight up a lot this summer.
Well, and Sexton's always had the speed. That wasn't the problem. It was the consistency. Wow, was he consistent in outdoors. So,
it's crazy, though. If you look back, Sexton crashed out of the lead in Colorado, just kind of cruising.
We should have put a
and that was probably like the title right there. You know what I mean? Because Roczen came in past him, and I don't want to say ifs, ands, or buts, but holy crap. Okay. But
I have to think that Sexton has figured it out a little bit. Well, after that
little bit.
Season.
I mean, I don't know. Like we always say, he's learned from his mistakes. He's gonna learn. But from my experience, riders don't change all that much. Dungy never changed. He was just done the diesel, right? Mm-hmm. And then. Anderson's always been flashes of speed, but he's crashed. So I don't know, man. My only worry is that Sexton's speed. He's so good, he's so fast that it could, his speed could bite him a little bit. But it could. I don't know.
Hey, we got some questions in the chat about the laptops. PH777 says Kobe's got the 250 laptop and Chase's Smaller than Chase's
I can
450
see that.
laptop.
I agree. I gotta agree.
Hey, I got this laptop yesterday from IT. I had to put in a special request, and yeah,
This is a 110. This isn't even a 250. Holy.
Crash Sexton. He's battling himself and the whole field.
I have fingers crossed Sexton's got it figured out because I don't want one guy to come out this season and just run with it. Honestly, I want battles. Jason and Tomac were.
Yep. So we'll see how it goes. But okay,
We gotta get a move on.
Sexton's going to be up there. All right,
I want to go back to talking about Sexton. Did you put this on here? Here comes
What?
the bleach. We had a little talk.
Oh yeah. So I have Chase Sexton to win right now, and if he wins, I will bleach my hair. I will do the same thing I did last year. Sexton probably I thought he was going to win Anaheim 1 last year. He didn't. And but if he does, I will have bleached hair. Probably not on Monday because we're driving back Sunday. But that Thursday show, I'll have
So
some
if you're not
bleached
putting
hair.
Sexton in first, and he does win, you got to win.
Well, like,
Chase is bleaching.
This will be kind of short. I can't bleach the stash. I'll burn my lip. Should Cooper Webb be top contenders?
After last year, last year's A1, sure. The rest of the season.
Well, wasn't that crazy? Because last year he gets second at A1. You're like, oh, man, here comes the Webb train.
Again.
And then he got second at Daytona, and after that, he didn't win a single race.
That's crazy.
His last 5 finishes at A1, like, again, he went 2, 9, 3, 5, 10. So he hasn't won an Anaheim 1. Will it surprise me to Webb be in the top 5? Absolutely not, but I certainly probably wouldn't put him to win because he knows the deal, too.
Mm-hmm. He's looking more big picture championship, I would have to think.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
All right.
Well, we'll see. We'll see where we put him in our picks coming up here in a little bit. All right, let's talk about some spoilers here. Let's just start out with Adam Ciancerulo.
Okay.
Obviously, we don't have a whole lot of stats to go on this guy from last year. What do you guys think? Can AC make it to top 5? You know he's going to probably rip some hole shots and leave some laps.
And qualify well.
But he's only raced 12 rounds last year. Oh, wait.
2 rounds last year.
Sorry, 2 rounds, or someone put a 1 in there. Raced 2 rounds last year. He's only raced his first 5 rounds in his seasons 11, 12, 12, 13, 14.
He's got to stay healthy. I mean, I would just, more than anything, I want to see AC finish the season. That's what I want. So.
Okay. If you want to put him in your top 5, he is a phenomenal starter, but I don't know if he's going to be a safe bet to stick up there. And I heard he's having problems with his hand or wrist going numb, where he's losing that feeling.
It's been happening for a while.
Oh, should Webb be top contenders? Look at that. More people saying no to the past champ.
Watch him prove us wrong.
Probably. All right. Let's get on to our next spoiler here. Oh, I mixed up my cards. What about the rookie?
Okay.
Quote unquote rookie. Christian Craig. Oh, look at that. Frozen gum wads on the AC train already.
By the sounds of it we had a little insight from AP, says Craig is...
Well, look, there's no doubt Craig's fast, and I guarantee you, mark my words, Craig will be probably top 3 in qualifying.
He will qualify well.
There's not many guys. He's like an Adam Ciancerulo, where this man is probably one of the best at just putting down a freaking speed lap. Mm-hmm. So but I mean, if he qualifies really high, like I don't think you're crazy to put Craig in your top 5 at all.
I don't think so either.
He's a good starter.
It's not his first time racing a 450 and against these guys. And
yeah.
He's had top 5s.
Phenomenal whoop speed. So Ruben's got him in 5th. Okay. Craig takes 4th. I think there's going to be a lot of people picking Craig in their top 5, especially if he comes out and lays down a heater in qualifying.
And I don't think you're crazy if you do. So
okay.
Next up.
Malcolm Stewart. What are you going to do with this guy?
Me? What am I doing?
Well, look at this. His last 4 finishes at Anaheim 1 were 7.5, 9.7, so it's good.
You know what that looks like to me, actually, more than a spoiler? That looks like a safe wild card if something were to happen to him where he dropped down to 10th. You know, he's running in a good 5th or 6th.
You think so?
I don't know.
He's just got some raw speed, man. I could see Mookie really finishing on the box this weekend if he gets a start.
I want to see him do well, but we'll just have to see. Anyway, He's definitely got the speed. We'll get to wild cards here in a minute.
Dropped a couple. Well, look, his average, here's the thing, though, is on average, he finished about 3 spots from where he started last year. And he's not the greatest starter.
Proving wrong what I just said. He's just consistent. Jeez.
Okay. But he finished in the top 5 13 out of 14 rounds last year. So he is and if you look at last year, remember that him and Marv got into that whole altercation, in that bull turn.
Yeah.
If that not had happened, there's a good chance he finishes on the box at A1 last year. So I think Malcolm's a really solid pick for your top 5 if you're thinking about it. All right.
The further we go, the harder this gets, though.
Big 20's got Roczen, Webb, Barcia, Marv, Sexton. No Tomac and no Anderson in there. Oh, man, that's bold strategy, Cotton.
Let's get our boy AP. Let's get some stats on him.
Now, look, we just had Aaron on the phone. Everyone's rooting for this guy, but statistically speaking, he's going to be a better bet. We say that just for the wild card in 10th place, just looking at his stats, because he finished 9th at A1 and Anaheim 3 last year. He only got through round 7 last year, so he didn't get a full season in, but he finished within 2 spots of 10th 8 times in 2021. So even going back to 2021 and with last year, he's just always kind of been around that 8th to 10th place. I think Aaron's better than a 10th place rider in this field, but you have to look at what their average starts and everything are. His average start last year was 10.67, and 9.41 the year before. Average start in 2021 was 10.5. So his average starting is right there. His average finish has always been right around 10th. So he's looking like a pretty solid pick if you're going off of stats.
Definitely.
Who do you have for your wild card right now?
I've got the next guy. Let's pull him up. Actually, I don't think we have a little plate for him.
Yeah.
But we got some
Excuse
stats
me. Sorry,
on
Dino.
Wilson.
I forgot your card.
Dean Wilson, DW.
Ruben. No. We'll talk more about that here in just a moment.
Dean Wilson, even last year, it doesn't matter where the wild card is. Geez, Wilson just likes to find himself there. So I've got Wilson currently. Last 5 first rounds, he finished 11th, 12th, 13th, and then a 4th. So
that was the year he pulled that whole shot.
Years
in the
ago,
mud.
huh? Okay.
Yeah.
So more recently, he's been closer to that 10th place position.
Well, look, he raced 12 rounds last year, and he finished within 1 spot of 10th six times, and he had 2.7. So he was always in 9th, 10th, or 11th. Like, he was in that range all last year in those races. So him and Plessinger statistically are going to be your best odds for a 10th place for Anaheim 1. Some other riders that are kind of like honorable mention, you got Justin Hill.
Pumped.
He is a huge question mark. I have no idea. I feel like Justin Hill could come out and get 5th and just lay down a heater, but I feel like he could get 13th and no one would bat an eyelash, or he gets 10th.
I feel the same.
Joey, I like Carter. He's like, I wish it could be Freezy, the wild card king.
No kidding.
We should have asked AP what it's like to know that Freezy's not racing with you. We need to have a meme about just riders being like and not having Freezy race.
I was stressing it. I had Vince Freeze behind me.
No more.
Dude, Craig's pumped.
No kidding.
So other riders, Joey Savacci, he's going to be pitting out of a van, but like Joey Savacci's had a healthy offseason. He is like a top 7 guy, really. He's a good starter. So honestly, I wouldn't be surprised to see Joey finish better than 10th, but he's kind of one of those, if you're not going statistically, I think he falls into that good range there. Colt Nichols, rookie year.
To see how he does, yep.
I would look at maybe his qualifying. I've heard he's not 100% healthy with the wrist injury, but I think Colt Nichols would be a good pick. And then
let's wrap it up with wild cards with Ferrandis here. Okay.
Yeah, and then Dylan Ferrandis, he did not have a stellar season last year. He really needs to rebound. So if you're looking for other riders, maybe throw Dylan Ferrandis in there. But as of right now, for me, it's Wilson or Plessinger. Oh, somebody talked about McElrath for a wild card. He does not have a lot of time on that bike.
No, not a lot of time. He did have great. What's good for wild cards, in my opinion, a lot of times is having people who get great starts and then fall back. And McElrath last year was definitely
that's
one of
what
those.
he does.
So,
but
if you put McElrath for wild card, I'm not going to call you crazy. I think
it could. He's just had very little time on that bike. I don't know if he even had a full offseason. So that's a little bit riskier. And again, with McElrath, you're banking on him, like you said, starting around top 5 and then kind of fading back a little bit.
Well, you live and you learn. We got to just go through a couple rounds. It's really hard to tell right now.
Yeah. And we say it every year, so many guys can win, but you're going to start seeing after like rounds 4 and 5 kind of who the top dogs are. But I don't know. I feel like hopefully I want to see a change this year. I want to see Christian Craig and Malcolm Stewart, some of these guys rip a top 3 star and go get their first win.
I agree.
Okay. Not looking good for Kenny.
You got that one in there.
Oh, my gosh. All right, well, look, before we lock them in real quick, we want to get you guys a comment below what's going to be your top 5 in wild card for A1. But before we do that, don't forget we are giving away 20 tickets to San Diego, and we're going to be giving away 20 tickets for every round. So we're starting out with round 3, 20 tickets. Kobe, tell the people what they have to do to enter.
Well, first off, we just got to say, like Jay said, we're giving 20 tickets to every round. So be patient, wait your turn. Especially don't go comment and try and ask for some if you're not going to be able to make it. This is just strictly tickets.
Yeah, travel and hotels not included. Exactly. It's just tickets to the race.
Well, if this is your hometown that weekend, then definitely we need you to comment on this stream what your top 3 picks are.
Yeah, and I saw Krista was at Phoenix last year. I bumped into a whole bunch of people that won these tickets, so make sure you do that. All right, so what you got to do is just comment down below after this, not live right now, but after this video is done and we're all done here, it'll just be on YouTube. Comment below, give us your podium for A1, then tell us how many tickets you would need for San Diego. We're just going to go through and select people and give away some tickets. It is that easy. All right, Kobe, you ready to lock them in?
I'm ready to lock them in.
You want to go first? You want me to do it?
You go first.
All right, if I can stop choking, I will.
Fingers crossed that you're right, just because I want to see.
Fingers crossed I didn't drop a number plate that I need here.
I want to see this bleached hair.
All right, Chase Sexton, let's do it. Is that right for the viewers? Yeah, that's their left to right.
Got it. I had it backwards this whole time.
Yeah, you did. You were getting yelled at in the comments. All right, I'm going Chase Sexton. Hey, don't forget, Shaggy, it's after the video comment. Yep. But you can still put your picks in right now if that's what you're doing. So Kenny, Sexton, Anderson. All right. I've got Sexton, Anderson, and look at this. I'm taking the leap. I'm putting K-Rock on my podium right now. And then I'm going to go Eli Tomac. No, I didn't drop. You got Tomac over there?
I do.
Put Tomac in 4th place for me. And then 5th place, I have Mr. Cooper Webb.
Oh, wow.
That is going to be for 5th. I don't doubt the past champ. He's done it twice. And then my wild card right now, I actually have Colt Nichols. I'm going to take a little bit of a gamble, not go with the statistically base riders, and that's what I got. What do you got?
Screenshot them, people. Chase's picks. Okay, for me, hey, you convinced me. Mainly because I'm rooting for the bleached hair. I got Sexton in 1st. We're gonna do a little switcheroo here.
You're gonna bleach your hair with me, dog?
We'll bleach the mohawk.
Okay, all right.
We'll throw Tomac. I agree with this. Roczen in 3rd. Absolutely. I got Anderson in 4th, and then especially. Plessinger just confirmed this for me. I'm sticking Craig in this 5th place spot.
Ooh, yeah. You just know, here's the thing. You've got to bank on one of the Baker's boys, whether it's Stewart, Craig, Plessinger, or Webb, or Marv. One of those guys is going to be in that top 5. You've got to take one of them.
Yep. And then,
who's your wild card?
I'm going with Wilson. I saw a bunch Wilson in the chat. I think you guys are right.
Okay.
Yeah, we're doing Wilson. Okay.
I like it.
We're running out of time, people, but holy, I'm excited now. This got me pumped.
It's A1.
If you're going to be there, come say hello. I hope we bump into some of you guys.
Yep.
Thank you for the warm welcome. Like we said, this is not the end of Christian. He'll still be involved. In fact, he's going to probably be filling in for me because I'm staying around in California a little longer. He'll be here Monday.
Oh, that's true.
So, yeah, like he's not going anywhere permanently.
Moto Mama just bashing on my picks right now. All right, well, hey, look, that being said, a quick little recap here. Remember the grand prizes, we talked about those earlier. We're giving away dirt bikes, a ton of amazing prizes, plus 100 weekly prizes. And just the best advice I can give real quickly is that if you want to be up for grabs for a weekly prize, get your picks in early in the week and try your best not to change them, because if you change your picks at all, it updates your timestamp, and then that's going to, and trust me, a lot of times you'll get the same amount of points as a lot of other people, and it's just who got their picks in first. So remember that. But join us on the Discord if you haven't already. Again, the link is down in the description. Send us your memes. There's a tab on that Discord where you can submit your memes, so make sure you're putting them in there. And of course, subscribe to the Rocky Mountain YouTube channel. Join us every Monday, every Thursday for our live shows. Again, another shout out to AP for calling in. We love that, man. And Kobe, it's your first show, dude. Sign us out. Sign us out.
Good luck, everybody, with your picks, and thanks for watching.